talk about equipment for our dogs and just some of our recommendations as far as what we like to use. You'll notice that Chunk is wearing a Freedom no-pull harness. We really like these harnesses. They are designed to be a front clip harness so that it doesn't have to attach to this back clip here, which can give us a little bit less control of our dogs, especially if you have a big dog, a reactive dog, a dog that's lunging, pulling, all that kind of thing. It just gives us a little bit better of a handle on our dog. She's also wearing a martingale collar. So what you'll notice is there's this extra loop of fabric here. So when she pulls on this, it tightens up so that when it is tight, it will not slip off of her head. We don't use these for training purposes, but we do use these as an extra layer of safety just to make sure that our dog can't slip out of that and escape from us. She's also wearing what we call a coupler. So what this does, and I'll take it off and show you and put it back on, but what this does is it's got two different attachment pieces. One is shorter, one is longer. So the shorter end goes where we want the pressure to be, which would be on the harness here. So I'm going to attach this front or the short end to the harness and then this longer end to the collar. Now the reason that we use this is because if for some reason the collar breaks or the harness breaks, we would still have a point of contact, or if she slipped out of the harness or whatever happened, we still have one point of contact that way. Now you can either attach your leash to the little ring on the coupler, or you can just attach it to the harness. The other reason is that we attach the short end to the harness is because we don't want to put any pressure on the collar. So you'll notice that with this collar here, you've got a really big gap here that is not putting any pressure whatsoever onto her collar. The reason we don't want to do that is because A, we don't want them to feel any kind of pain or pressure on their neck because a lot of the training we're doing, especially with reactive dogs, is trying to build positive associations to the triggers that we're seeing. So if a dog is feeling any kind of pain or pressure on their neck, as they're seeing those triggers, we're actually doing the opposite and we're going to have negative associations built up. The other reason is if she is, lunging or pulling or any of those behaviors that are going to put pressure onto her collar, she's going to end up choking herself. Now, we don't want it to damage her esophagus or any part of her neck whatsoever, but also it's going to be restricting airflow to the brain. So if she is not getting as much oxygen as she needs to the brain, she's not going to be thinking fully. So we do want our dog to be thinking as best as possible. This is a biothane leash. I personally like these. They're soft, they are very durable, very customizable. I am really, really rugged with my leashes. A lot of times I let dogs drag leashes around, so I can just easily take some kind of cleansing wipe to it every day or every couple hours or whatever, wipe it off and it's clean. It stays dry. The only downfall is that if you are walking, it get wet, it can be a little bit more slippery. Usually I'll just wipe it off on my shirt or something like that. Leather leashes are nice as well. However, if I was using leather leashes, I would trash them really, really quickly and I'd be spending a fortune on new leather leashes all the time. So for me personally, biothane is my preference.